all in my lane. You ain't overlooked, so get out the way. I gave you the book, I gave you the game. The boy gotta cook, the boy got a flame, Serving in the kitchen like you Nino. Plenty pitching, whipping different flavors like a bistro. Kick it, dip it, flip it, keep it hunting like a seed note. Switching, keep it pimping every single place that he go. I got it. Lathan got the flame, Lathan got the flame. Boy, you know the name, get up out the way. Lathan got the flame, Lathan got the flame. Stay up out the kitchen if you ain't the one that's whipping, huh? Hey, yo, Lathan, man, cook them boys up something real quick, man.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Now today we got the most amazing turkey dip. It's inspired by a French dip. So we got our ingredients here. So we got some honey wheat bread. We got a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. We got a tablespoon of unsalted sweet cream butter. We got the remaining juice or jus from our cooked turkey from Thanksgiving. And we have our turkey scraps, or the little pieces of turkey that was in a jus. And then we have a whole onion. So this video is pretty much inspired by the waste. So the things you would normally probably throw away, I'm about to show you how to make the most amazing sandwich with this. So get your onion into some oil, and that's a little bit of oil, maybe a teaspoon of grapeseed oil. And you're going to saute them up, add a little salt to it to draw out the moisture, that step already. And then once they get good and caramelized, but not too caramelized, but once they get like good and caramelized to the point you will like them, go ahead and add that tablespoon of butter. And right now what we're about to do is saute the onions in the butter, as well as go ahead and add the all-purpose flour and begin to make our roux. Now this roux here is going to be a blonde roux because we already got the brown color of the turkey stock or the turkey jus. And what we're going to do is just want to thicken it up just a little bit. And we don't want this roux to be extra dark. We want to keep it brown because we don't want too much flavor from the roux. We just using the roux to kind of thicken it. So once you get that roux worked, go ahead and add all of your turkey jus into that pan and begin to whisk it to keep it smooth. Now you're going to whisk this until it begins to thicken. And if you see it begin to thicken too thick, we're going to add a little chicken stock, because like an au jus is normally very thin. So we want to keep it thin, but since this turkey, we want a little bit of body to it. That's why I added the roux. And you see it begin to thicken up more than I would like it. So I just added a little chicken stock just to cut it and keep it very thin. Like I said, au jus is very thin, but since this is turkey and not beef, you want to kind of give it some body. And that's why I added the roux. Now, once you bring this au jus to a good boil, go ahead and add your turkey scraps to it. And what you're going to do is go ahead and stew this down into that turkey. That turkey should already be good and tender, but we're going to stew it down until it's very tender and flavorful. So go ahead and pop a cap on that and just let it stew. And I let this stew for about 30-45 minutes. And then once I got done, I added a little roasted chicken stock just to give it some more body and a depth of flavor. And then I added a sprig of rosemary. And like I said, that's just giving it some extra flavors, because since we only adding a couple ingredients to the sandwich, you want to kind of give it some kind of flavor notes that'll hit the palate and make this sandwich stand out. So once it's ready, we're going to go ahead and go down with some Monterey Jack cheese on our bread. And this is going to act as a glue, as well as it's going to insulate the bread and keep the bread from getting soggy before we hit it into the panini press. So go ahead and add you some Monterey Jack, but you can pretty much use any cheese you want. This is just a guideline. And then we're going to go on with our flavorful turkey and onion mixture straight out of the jus. Just make sure you drain it a little bit, because like I said, we're using honey wheat bread and we don't want it to get too soggy. But once you get that all in, go ahead and drop the top onto this sandwich, and then we're going to pop it directly into our panini press. Or if you don't have a panini press, you could do it on the stove top in a saute pan. Pretty much up to you, or you can even pop it in the oven as well. But go ahead and get that panini down, and when it's ready, go ahead and pop it onto a cutting board, and make sure you use gloves for this part. I'm very crazy when it comes to this. But yeah, smart thing to do is use some gloves because that is very hot. All right, once we get on the cutting board, we're going to go ahead and cut it on the bias in half. But you can cut it any way you want, but the bias just looks a little bit better. And you see how beautiful that sandwich is. And then we're going to strain a little of this jus out. Like I said, you want it to be thin like this because our jus are normally thin, but adding the roux to it just gave it a little bit of body, a good tongue feel. And there you have it, man. The most amazing turkey dip or turkey-inspired French dip. And this is one for the books, man. You want something to do with that leftover turkey and scraps you're gonna throw away. Create some sandwiches, man, and I'm telling you, it'll feed your family, and they'll be pretty excited about this. Like I said, man, this is very amazing sandwich, very simple, and it was made of some scraps you was probably gonna throw away. And you're gonna dunk that in there au jus. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Like I said, good mouthfeel, good body. And let's go ahead and just take this little bite for you guys, man. Let you know that I wasn't playing and I was actually hungry when I made this video. So look at that, man. Big bite out of it. But there you have it, man. The most amazing turkey dip from the Bistro. I'm out.